Well, I'll do 3 poems for you. The first 2 are inspired by British history. An 18th century reverend, Sidney Smith, once made this interesting remark that sums up the electrifying diversity of London. This Reverend Sidney Smith made this comment: "He who drinks a tumbler of London water has literally in his stomach more animated beings than there are men and women and children on the face of the earth." And you have that famous Grail question from the Grail legend: what ails the king? I thought I'd put this in the voice of an eccentric king. What ails the king? A tumbler of London water, a tumbler of London water, and make that sparkling hybrid. A king can't have enough of this multi-fluid. I want to feel as Druid as Oak, as Roman as Severus, that Libyan bloke, as pagan-powered as up in arms Boadicea, as lettered as that black Victorian Sancho. Oh, water from the well of hidden histories, as angel fruitful as Blake's Peckham Rye tree, as Sabbath lit as a Jewish window, as spice warm as a Huguenot haunted curry house. I want to salam as shalom and be dragon driven as Chinatown, where old Great Thames meets the Yellow River and the little people bardic of the Irish Sea. My kingdom, I say, my sceptered kingdom, for a tumbler of London H2O. Let animated beings invade my being. Let a king imbibe the globe in one swallow. Oh, you might have, thank you. You might have come across 2 poems by Grace Nichols and myself, unpublished poems relating to bonfire. They were published in Viva Lewes. And with Michael Munday's artistic work, we've created a poster. Well, it's a print. He told me not to use the word poster. He said to me, he's the artist, print of limited edition. And the Skylark Bookshop is the only place where they're available. They're good Christmas gifts, signed by the artists and the visual artists and the written artists. The one I wrote for the Viva Lewes, I imagined it in the voice of Guy Fawkes' mother. I'm always intrigued that serial killers, they always say, "Oh, my lad." It was so lovely little guy. He loved playing Scrabble. I never would have thought. So I had Mrs. Fawkes like that. "My little guy," says Edith Fawkes, bereaved mother of Guy Fawkes, addressing the press. "He'll always be my little guy. Crooned him many a lullaby. I still see him so
cute some in his cot, 1,000 winks from gunpowder plot. Ever a shy child, so sensitive. What was he doing in a bloody cellar with all them bloody explosives? Bad company, that's what I tell you. Always told him, stay clear of fire, son. Fire means hell to good Catholics. Never guessed he'd grow up with ambition for what clever folk them call pyrotechnics. But come November 5th, when bonfires rage, it's my little guy what takes center stage.
And the last poem I'll end, which pertains to Christmas. You know the three wise men, Melchior, Gaspar, Balthazar, bring in gold, myrrh, frankincense, and myrrh, that ancient symbolic spice for anointing the dead. I think there's a famous painting called The Adoration of Balthazar, the black one. Apparently one of the Medici family, or European aristocracy, pregnant for her black courtier. Apparently the theory was she didn't have a black lover, but she was gazing at this painting just before giving birth. And many folkloric cultures believe whatever you gaze on before childbirth, that's what the baby looks like. I don't use that in this poem. It's a different type of poem, but I call it the Adoration of Balthazar. I am Balthazar, the dark one of the Magi three, with Melchior and Gaspar, the one caught in exotic black within an iris of stained glass. An Ethiopian, you ask, following that star compass to where beast and child lay, shining on a bed of hay. I, Balthazar, shall answer to the octaves of the night that trumpet from my skin, even as I kneel here at the altar of this unblemished child, this refugee in a manger. Not with gold shall I greet him in homage to kingship's kin, O heart, fated to be crowned, nor with Frankenstein's salute that innocence incarnate, swaddled in the scent of truth, but with myrrh shall I adore this child that had led us to Bethlehem's haloed prodigy. I, Balthazar, bring darkest myrrh that anoints all mortality and embalms love's light forever. Thank you.